Agenda Colony.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? What do you think of the new background, huh? Pretty dope, right? Trying out a new green screen. Trying out a new look. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's me. Can you see me? Hello. Well, the chat isn't really reacting very well. How do I get you, chat, to start appearing on the background? Yep, it's a green screen. Pretty sweet, huh? Yo, the new Hunter, the new look is nice. Yeah, what do you guys think? I might just embrace the green screen, man. I'm trying to get the chat. Oh, because it's behind here. Duh. There we go. And look how much cooler it looks when it's behind my chair, bruh. Come on, that looks pretty dope, right? That looks pretty sweet. Why am I not on Twitch? Yeah, I don't know why I went live. For some reason it didn't go live on Twitch. I don't know. Yeah. I think this green screen's looking pretty dope. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go live on Twitch. I'm kerfluffled. Yeah, this stream looks pretty sweet right now. Bricks look better. Be one with the wall. There we go. Let's just put this back up here. All right. Make a Hunter logo to go on the wall. Maybe like right here. Yeah. That might look cool. Kind of like back here maybe. Hi, chat. Dude, this look... I'm sorry. Part of the reason I'm late to the stream is because I was setting up the green screen. So I just think it looks really cool. If you keep having the text on screen, I would be very tempted to spam something stupid. I know the temptation is very real, but I would advise against that because I don't want to have to ban you from chat solely for spam. We don't really allow that in chat, so. There's a hole in your chair. That's because the chair's blue and the background is also. Stealing Crowder's thing? What are you talking about? We're going to get into Steven Crowder, don't worry. Slap Noodles says, grifter. All right. Actually, you know what? Speaking of grifting, to everybody watching, if you want to help support the channel, please feel free to put something into the super chat so your message will be read and responded to live. And you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and fix something here so that now it is going to pop up when you donate once again. So your message will now pop up on screen as well. I know I should have probably had the done before. Okay. A Loit box. We want super chat and super chat only. All right. That works for me. Put that back there. Now your donations will pop up on screen just like that. Gotta mute the sound though so we don't get any noises in there. Hunter, you are so quiet? Am I really quiet, guys? Is it hard to hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Is that any better? Hunter, how do you feel about iHypocrite saying the N-word during the Hippy Dippy Rumble debate? I wasn't there for that. But I don't know why the guy can't just literally like he can't just hold his tongue for just a short little tiny time. All right, so I think people can probably hear me better now, right? You sound fine. Okay, good. All right, yeah, I turned it up. So yeah, that should work. Why is everybody spamming like free Is everyone, am I going to have to, you know what, chat? Am I going to have to do this? I don't want to have to, but you know what? See you later. Just kidding. I'll put you back. Wait, does it? Oh, it literally erases. It starts it all over again. Okay. Huh. Hey, Landon Franz, thank you so much for the $3.99 donation. Thank you for supporting the channel. Means so much. Sorry that you didn't, you know, wait, is this Twitch stuff all of a sudden now? Sorry you didn't include a message. I would have, you know, loved to have responded to something. Yeah, for some reason I'm not live on Twitch. I just don't know why. It's very annoying. This also is supposed to be turned off. There we go. All right, maybe we should stop like dicking around and actually get into a topic, huh? Who's with me on that one? I don't know why I'm not live on Twitch. I don't know what happened. I must have accidentally clicked it off or something. I don't know. Do a video on that vegan teacher. I don't know who that is. Trolls in the chat. There's always trolls in the chat, dude. It's my stream. Of course there's some trolls. Yes, please don't say something. All right, we're getting to it. The question really is, what do we want to talk about first? Because we got a lot to go over. I kind of want to talk about George Floyd because it's the most serious subject, but that's also why I might want to wait to talk about it, because we also have some just good old-fashioned conservative cringe to you know, laugh at and enjoy. Let's see. Bahi Cunning, thank you for the $5. Why is everyone saying frijoles? No me into... I don't know why. I don't know. Help me understand, people. Extra good citizen, thank you for the $5. Police should not murder guilty people either. I agree with you. I think that unless it's necessary for the police to shoot the person, usually if it's like to stop like an active shooter or something. But for the most part, yeah. Hunter, the messages appear behind the chair. I know, that's the cool part. Look, it's like behind me, see? You still can see it a little bit, don't worry. It's Spanish for beams. For beans. Hey, Hunter, are you ever going to respond to Puddle's criticisms? No, actually. I saw his one video he made, and it's all, like, text-based, and then I offered him a chance to actually talk to me, because he, like, hurls insults all day, every day, and then he was like, no. And then he melted into a puddle of piss, which is pretty funny, because his name is Puddle. But anyway, Lucky, thank you for the $5. I guess I have to... what? I'm not going to read that long number. But thank you. All right, let's get some people. We're not going to be dealing with spamming here, guys, because I'm seeing some chat. I'm seeing stuff. Hold on. All right, I see everybody wanting to start with Steven Crowder, so why don't we just jump into it that way, okay? So, by now, we're all very familiar with Steven Crowder and how painfully insufferable he is. It's really weird because he does this thing. I'm pretty sure that Steven Crowder is like trying to get banned from YouTube. That's what it seems like. It seems like he is literally trying to just get banned because every time YouTube gives him like a little slap on the wrist, they're like, stop it. Don't do that. Okay, we're going to take your monetization away. Stop it. And then he just keeps on pushing it over and over and over again. And he does not back down. And he recently streamed one day ago. Oh, wow. It looks like it got age restricted based on community guidelines. Interesting. That must have been the consequences for his actions here. So we're going to go over this in a second. But basically, yeah, it's him recreating what happened to George Floyd. it's it's not very tasteful, and also there's something to be said about the fact that we all know how Steven Crowder feels about the George Floyd thing. Okay, we all know about it. So why don't we go ahead and see?
And there, Gerald.
I was saying the mic.
Oops. Sorry, guys. Pending.
Microphone needs to stay roughly where you.
Don't care.
It's 5 seconds in and you don't like it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
of course I
no,
don't.
of course.
Already complain.
Hey, you know what, Dave? Sometimes.
Why does the mic sound like that?
Your earpiece to the other ear because they'll be kneeling right where it's.
Okay.
Yep.
He's got to
so you
pee.
can
How
see
do
the
you
exact
think
position of
George
George
Floyd
Floyd.
felt?
Stop it.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, hold on a second. They didn't say they started the timer.
We're ready when
Hey,
you
ready?
are.
And 3, 2, 1.
So people who he's not a medical examiner. He's not even like a real journalist. He's just a YouTube entertainer who's like, all right, let's see what really happens here, guys.
Okay, all right.
So let's
Timer
see.
down.
Neil.
Neil.
Kneel on my neck here, shoulder.
Oh, pause the timer.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
There we go. All right, now I'll roll it
It's
back.
actually more uncomfortable for
9,
me is because I
there we
have a
go.
bad shoulder. So my left shoulder right now is popped out of the socket. But
It's
that has
5
nothing to do
seconds in and you don't like it.
with- Oh, no,
Yeah,
of course I
no,
don't.
of course.
We're
Already
giving him a hard
complained.
time.
Hey, you know what, Dave? Sometimes you deserve to be arrested.
That's true.
He's specifically meaning you, Dave.
No,
And
and
that's why
I,
I think.
So this is like his video where he just recreated it. And yeah, the obvious being his knee isn't on the neck correctly. It doesn't really compare to what happened with George Floyd. And we're going to actually go through the details here because there's some groundbreaking new details that came out with the case today. I'm sorry, with the court hearing.
He's
Yeah, no,
just
I
fine.
can talk to you. I have more of a spasm in my neck because my neck's been sore for a couple of days.
Okay.
Like I said, what really hurts is my left shoulder just because of a nagging shoulder injury and the fact that Tokunawan put the cuffs on my forearms, not on my wrist.
Again, he did that?
Yeah, he put them on perpendicular
He did it on
to
purpose.
where my wrist goes as opposed to actually putting them. So he made it needlessly
How did George
unpleasant.
Floyd
Thanks
have
for that, Tokunawan.
is this how he was cuffed then? Do we have it properly?
I think it was properly. Well, I think what he's saying
think
is
they
that
cuffed
his is
properly.
worse. Yeah,
I think
Stevens
they
is
cuffed
worse.
Floyd properly. I think that I have producers, not police officers, cuffing
Right.
me here today.
Now the knee
You
right
do
now.
sound strained though, which would have,
Oh
I
God,
think, affect
no,
breathing.
Dave. You know, I sound strained. What a surprise!
Well, now
Look,
he's,
definitely
for
will.
people watching,
It's not like
look how
I'm not
hostile
saying
he
this
is
is
8
pleasant.
minutes in.
I'm asking, would this kill someone?
Right now, and
Well, we
it looks
don't know
like,
yet.
It looks like his right knee is on
do.
your back more than
starting
Chauvin's
to-
was. I'm not sure if that's exactly where his knee was for Tokunawan. I'm not sure. Do we
Well,
have a
There's new evidence coming in, so I don't
of
really
his
know.
low back?
So yeah, this is basically the whole video. It's just him like doing this little spiel. And at the beginning, he goes off he gives off the big typical conservative talking point.
Okay, so for
Apparently.
people
Let's
who,
see if we
who
can
what we're
find
going
it.
to do here, and again, like Gerald just set up, hopefully Lando gets back from his pee, or otherwise he just doesn't want to be involved with this segment.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
Look, this is right here because we did this last week where I showed you, as someone who, and a lot of the drug.
All right, you know what? Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm back now. I just had to go vomit with all the cringe. I was kind of browsing through it, but I want to actually like go through this video a little bit more in depth now and kind of start it a little bit more from the beginning.
Set up. Hopefully Lando gets back from his pee, or otherwise he just doesn't want to be pleasant. But I think that people need to see what it's like with the closest to controlled conditions that we can recreate as far as body mass, weight, situation, to see what it actually might be like if someone is not in an agitated, significantly overdosed state.
See, right there. Right there. I knew it. This is his real agenda here. His real agenda is, let me get down here, let my little buddies laugh and chuckle like it's all a big joke. Let me get down and recreate George Floyd's dying fucking moments when he was gasping for air, literally saying repeatedly that he couldn't breathe. The knee was on his neck 3 minutes after they couldn't find a pulse. It remained on his neck for 3 minutes after they couldn't find a pulse. And Steven Crowder's up here. He was very overdosed. That's actually not true. And that's what's so funny here. This video came out 1 day ago. Steven Crowder was so fucking excited to just shit all over George Floyd and the dying moments of a gasping man gasping for air. Steven Crowder was so desperate to shit on that he didn't even want to wait one more day. Let's go ahead and pull some information up now. Let's go ahead and see what happened. It looks like, hold on, it's loading because my computer is slow and dumb.
We would be expecting a 40% reduction in the respiratory rate with fentanyl. The normal respiratory rate is 17 breaths per minute, plus or minus 5. So that would mean a normal respiratory rate of between 12 and 22. That's the normal range of respiratory rate. And so
louder,
if it was with fentanyl, you'd be expecting a respiratory rate of 10. Instead of that, you count it here yourself. And you can see when you count it yourself that the respiratory rate is 22. So basically it tells you there isn't fentanyl on board. That is effective.
So for those of you who didn't really understand what he said, because he was talking really quietly and kind of hard to understand, what he was really getting at is just that George Floyd's respiratory rate was indicating that fentanyl was not the cause of his death. Because when you're on fentanyl, you have a higher respiratory rate, and George Floyd's didn't match. Dr. Tobin, he is a toxicologist, and he is an expert on breathing. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some information here. We're going to keep on looking over this. Oh, conservatives are seething right now because they were so desperate to make some quick excuses. Oh, the police are all okay. It was just fentanyl. Let's see. Police surgeon, George Floyd died of positional asphyxia or no oxygen. Where do we talk about? Hold on. They do go into some detail here on how the defense for Chauvin had a real uphill climb during the cross-examining of Dr. Tobin. He's a pulmonologist and a renowned expert on breathing. So this guy is the real deal. He knows what he's talking about. And Chauvin's defense had a hard time questioning him because his opinion was so entirely contradictory to their overall case. Because, of course, they're arguing that the knee on his neck was not the cause of death, that it was drugs, which is, ironically enough, the same fucking talking point we have here from Steven Crowder. So it's almost as if, in a way, Steven Crowder is defending Derek Chauvin. Or at least using the same arguments. Let's see if I can find... Hold on. The state called a forensic toxicologist to stand Thursday afternoon. This Dr. Daniel Ishianmid is a forensic pathologist for NMS Laboratory in Pennsylvania. The lab did testing of blood work in the case of George Floyd's death. They did find fentanyl and meth in his system. No one's disputing that he had drugs in his system. He did. It's unfortunate, but he did. But it's unfair to say that that was the cause of death. He said that the type of fentanyl found in Floyd's system is not usually found in fatal overdose victims, suggesting that Floyd did not overdose. He said that the fentanyl found in Floyd's system was lower than levels found in 94% of DUI cases. 94% of DUI cases. Pulmonologist. Did I just butcher that word? No, I didn't. Pulmonologist, he reiterates that he does not believe that fentanyl was responsible for George Floyd's death. Derek Chauvin's attorney again attempted to link the fentanyl found in Floyd's system to his death, a central part of the defense's case. He made it clear that he did not believe there was a connection. Generally speaking, fentanyl can also cause death as a result of low oxygen to the brain, right? But it would have to be through respiratory depression, Tobin responded. The defense repeated the question, looking for a yes or no response. Tobin would not concede that the science was that simple. Prosecutor Jerry Blackwell followed up by asking Tobin if people go into a coma before they die if the cause of death is fentanyl. Tobin replied that they do. Was Mr. Floyd ever in a coma? Tobin responded, no. So that's another detail there. When people overdose on fentanyl, they usually go into a coma. That never happened with George Floyd. He had less fentanyl in his system than 94% of DUI cases when people are pulled over with fentanyl in their system. So this narrative that George Floyd had a fatal overdose, which is what Steven Crowder's getting at, right? Steven Crowder's whole spiel that he's getting at here is the knee on his neck was no big deal. That really was hardly even the problem. The real problem is that he did drugs, so it's actually Floyd's fault. It's victim blaming is what he's doing. Not exactly, but he's making enough excuses to the point that it's obvious what he wants is to put the blame on George Floyd. George Floyd overdosed on fentanyl, so that was why he died. That is exactly the conservative talking point, and that's what Steven Crowder's rolling with here. I don't really think we need to look too much more at this actual video, except for the one part, because after like 3 minutes, he completely pussies out.
Photo back up.
Yeah, pull the photo if there are any changes that
I don't want to cover up the...
It's 5 seconds in and you don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Look how
I'm not
hostile
saying
he
this is
8
pleasant.
minutes in.
I'm asking, would this kill someone?
Right. Now.
Yes.
And
Well, we
it looks
don't know
like,
yet.
It looks like
We're going to get to that in a minute. Don't worry, Crowder. I will answer that question in just a moment.
his right knee is on your back more than Chauvin's was. I'm not sure if that's exactly where his knee was for Tokunawa. I'm not sure. Do we have a
There's new evidence coming in, so
This guy also is not really putting his full body weight on him, and it's already been estimated in court. Today, we learned that Chauvin had at least half of his body weight and gear, so it was close to 100 pounds of weight on George Floyd's neck.
but this is a
I guess,
position of
Dave, I
restraint.
don't understand your point. Do you believe that if someone's on fentanyl, they shouldn't be restrained?
I guess my point is if you do think somebody's on a lethal narcotic and you know that this can affect their breathing,
They
it
didn't.
may not be the
They
best
didn't know
situation.
that. They knew he was
said
on.
he didn't take drugs, Dave.
Yeah, they knew
Well, of
he
course
had.
he said he didn't.
They knew that he
Dave,
had something
what do you?
in his
But
system.
Dave, so what is your suggestion that they should have known that he was on 4 times the dose of fentanyl?
No, okay, all this bullshit's lies. Let's go ahead and look over here now at, hold on, here we go, where using diagrams and excerpts from videos of the arrest, Dr. Martin Tobin said the medical evidence contradicted Chauvin's assertion that Floyd may have died from a drug overdose and that any healthy person would have died in a similar restraint. So let's go ahead and look into this one. Medical experts used diagrams, charts. They were challenging the key assertion. I just think this is they have so much evidence against Chauvin at this point. Floyd died of positional asphyxia. Video of the arrests showed Chauvin, who's white. I don't care. All 3 doctors called by the prosecutors. Well, of course, they're called by the prosecutors. So That's the thing, is it is going to be contradictory. We are still in the middle of the case. I just think that this side of things is way more compelling than, well, drugs did it, even though he didn't have a lethal amount of drugs in his system. Also, the autopsy did find a pretty large amount of fentanyl in his system, but it's a known fact that if you have fentanyl and you die, the fentanyl amount can increase in your blood. Right here. The mean average level of fentanyl found in the blood of those people, all of whom were alive, was 9.69, compared with the 11 found in Floyd's blood. So, yeah, I mean, it's... Wait, is this... Tobin said the moment when Floyd did not have even an ounce of oxygen left in his entire body. Then Chauvin stayed on his neck for 3 more minutes. So what he's basically arguing here is that Floyd was most likely doing drugs before as well, and so he had built up a bit of a tolerance. So, like, this isn't a lethal amount, 9.69 milligrams. And George Floyd only had a little bit more in his system, and he most likely had a tolerance as well. I think that's the overall defense. Listen, I recognize this is a controversial case, obviously, and while, like, everything's going on, while the jury, like, it's going to be ultimately up to the jury. They're going to have to decide who's guilty and who did what, but I think it's pretty compelling that George Floyd didn't actually have all that much fentanyl in his system. It just wasn't, like, this idea that, like, it was, like, this lethal dose that just killed him instantly is just, well, not killed him instantly, sorry, it's just killed him. It's kind of bull. And it seems to be argued pretty strongly here with multiple medical experts. I don't see the defense of Chauvin. I don't see the defense bringing forward any medical experts, man. I see a lot of medical experts saying that fentanyl deaths and overdoses usually lead to a coma first. The drug overdose thing is just being challenged so fiercely. I think Derek Chauvin is going to be convicted. I surely hope so. It's such a huge case. Like, something's going to have to happen here, but it's just really a compelling thing. And this is like, it's 1 day old already, aged so fucking poorly because a bunch of new details came out today that pretty much contradicted all of Crowder's assertions here. So, I mean, this is just embarrassing. It's obvious that he was just trying to get some controversy, get some relevance, and yeah, whatever. So he gets to mock the, George Floyd's dying moments.
Should hire.
Higher.
I have to change my mind tomorrow, but again, I can move my head right here. You're putting all your weight on me there, Tokunawan?
Yeah.
It probably feels pretty uncomfortable for Tokunawan to be doing this.
Now let's go back and forth, move to the other position on my shoulder where he spent most of the time. We know now, which just kind of so it wasn't on the shoulder. It was a little bit. Was that
Shoulder
where it was?
blade.
When
I
they showed
just
the
don't
shoulder?
see this as the same move, though.
Yeah, I like
What?
how they have the
Dave,
skeptic
how
guy
do you
there.
see it as so different? Are you saying
Put up
that
the photo.
the photo? Do you think
Fentanyl rates go up post-mortem? Yeah, they absolutely do.
all of his weight was on the front of his knee?
I do think that towards the end, all the weight was on the front of his knee. Yes, look at how he's leaned up. Look at how Tokunawa is.
What?
So, yep, there you go. Steven Crowder trying to prove that it doesn't kill you because my friend did it to me in a parking lot. Lol. It's just so fucking dumb. Extra Good Citizen, thank you for the $5. Jesus had wine in his system when he was killed. Exactly. Yes. I don't, honestly, Jesus, he was a little yikesy. I don't know. Hunter watched H3 in 2021 cringe. I don't even watch H3. I don't know why this is popping up on my recommended. But then again, Crowder's popping up on my recommended too. So what can you fucking do? Yeah. Just some pretty Crowder has zero empathy. His whole shtick is just punching down. It really is. All right, we're going to get into excuse me. Jesus just died of COVID-19. The Romans didn't do anything. It's just so gross to me that conservatives are so desperate to fucking defend this. Like, they do it no matter what, though. Like, even with Breonna Taylor. Remember I argued with that dumb woman who was like, well, they once sold drugs, or like, it doesn't matter. Like, they will always find a reason to justify it. Can't believe I ever supported this guy. Yeah, I wish that you didn't, man. Get the fuck out of here. I know. It was fentanyl overdose, bruh. But anywho, let's move on to debate Crowder. I love these comments. I love how people think that I can just do that. Yeah, let me hold on. Yeah, hi. Can I speak to Mr. Steven? Mr. Crowder, please? I'd like to debate. Guys, I'm just some random fucking YouTuber. I'm sorry. I don't have the ability to just call up Steven Crowder. I appreciate the fact that you clearly think I am a very famous and influential person, but I can't just call up Steven Crowder. Also, I tried, okay? And he said no. But anyway, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Let's go over some PragerU. Okay, stop. Shut up. We're not there yet. Conservatives argue in bad faith. Well, yeah, obviously. Why are people still using these talking points? It's been a year. Because people will do anything to justify it. And you know what's really funny is part of the reason the conservatives are so desperate to cling on to this delusional fentanyl overdose narrative is because they have absolutely nothing. They have nothing. They don't have anything to hold on to. This is indefensible. Steven Crowder is indefensible, but what I meant to say was Derek Chauvin's actions are indefensible. And of course, I'm glad there's a trial and everything else, but it's funny because conservatives, they primarily operate on intuition, right? They're all about the common sense and it's obvious, bruh. Just open your eyes, dude. Like, they use those arguments all the time. And yet here we have an explicit video on camera, 9+ minutes, Derek Chauvin, at least half of his body weight on the neck of a man saying he can't breathe, and then he dies. Like, how, like, that right there is an appeal to intuition. You'd think conservatives would be like, it's obvious he died from the knee on his neck, bro. Just open your fucking eyes. But the thing with conservatives is they're very dishonest. So conservatives really only give a fuck about nuance. Well, nuance, I say nuance, but what I really mean is making excuses. They only give a fuck about that because it's convenient to their narrative. They want to justify the police. Well, excuse me. They want to defend the police, and they want to pin this on George Floyd as if it's his fault. That's their end goal, and they'll just run with whatever narrative they can. It's completely dishonest, and it's really just hypocritical, too. It's obvious that conservatives pick and choose when they're going to take a more nuanced, let's wait for the details kind of approach, versus it's obvious, bro, open your eyes, man. It's literally so fucking hypocritical. And now we're getting a trial, which I'm very glad there should be. Obviously, I don't think we should be like, it's on video, it's obvious, just arrest the guy, duh, like, no. Or, excuse me, just convict the guy. No, I'm not saying we do something like that, but it's a little contradictory in conservative logic, up in little conservative world. Hunter, you're ridiculously good looking. Finally, somebody recognizes it. Thank you. Please talk about that vegan teacher. What are you talking about? Terrifying TikTok? I have no idea who this is. It's someone on TikTok who got banned, apparently. So, okay. I don't know. But enough fucking around. Enough yelling at you dumb fucks in chat. Let's actually jump into this video. Although, we just got a very generous donation of $10. Thank you, By Cunning. Uh-oh. Hunter, this girl, Fralian Moon, in the chat might have the hots for you, bud. LOL. I appreciate the donation. I'm not sure who that person is, but thank you very much. So, PragerU posted this video featuring Blondie over here. Isabel Brown. 3 lies. That's what this video is called. And I was just so curious about the title. And the entire video was just like the typical PragerU, right? Straw man. Really, it just was weird. So let's actually jump into it. Let's actually see. Let's learn. What are the 3 lies? 3 lies about what?
In our crazy world, it's so easy to buy into so many lies about ourselves and about life.
Yeah. First things first, just a quick thing. If you're all about not buying into lies, I would highly suggest not watching PragerU, which has literally... Didn't they argue against the Enlightenment in the past? Like, PragerU, they're funded by oil billionaires. They're full of dishonest hacks. So yeah, sorry, Isabella Brown, but in our crazy, topsy-turvy, goofy, flippity-floppity world, you shouldn't be watching PragerU. It's really easy to fall into a lot of lies, like climate change is no big deal, or trans people aren't legit. PragerU said so. But anywho, go ahead.
While we are always pushing for progress, maybe progress is pushing us over the edge. Here are 3 lies from modern culture
What does that mean? Progress is pushing us over the edge.
You are probably buying into. 1. Self-love is everything. Young Americans in particular are told through media, music, and TV that self-love is the answer. This is a lie and contributes to our nation's mental health epidemic. Today, 18...
Wait, hold on. Can we back up here for a second? Because that was the first claim she made that I was like a little caught off guard by. It contributes to our mental health crisis. So first and foremost, the lie that she tells, the self-love is the answer. It's everything. Kind of a straw man to begin with. Like, no one says it's everything. But to recognize that you have value as a human being is absolutely an important thing. And what's funny is doing a quick... Hold on. Was it self-love? No. This is why I should have this fucking shit written down beforehand. Self-love anxiety. Let's see. There was a really good article I found here on... Hold on. This is exactly why I should have saved this beforehand. Please, guys, stay with me. This is it. Okay. So here's what's really funny is the claim she made is just like factually incorrect. And I don't even know why she would want to make just such a blatantly wrong claim. Now, first of all, when we talk about self-love, look, this medical news today actually clarifies it pretty nicely. For many people, the concept might bring images of tree-hugging hippies or cheesy self-help books, which that might be more of like what Isabel Brown is talking about here, but like the actual concept of recognizing that you have value as a human being and recognizing that you have self-worth and loving yourself to that degree, right? Why is self-love important? Self-love might sound like a luxury. This but as many psychology studies attest, self-love and compassion, having self-compassion, are key for mental health and well-being, keeping depression and anxiety at bay. So this idea that like having self-love contributes to the mental health crisis is such like a bizarrely, quickly provably false claim. It's just really weird.
Music and TV that
Obviously there's a level there, like
self-love is the answer. This is a lie and contributes to our nation's mental health epidemic.
lie.
Today,
That's a lie. 3 lies. All right. I'm going to write down the lies for this one. All right. How many lies we got so far? 1. And you know what? We're going to add 2 lies in just because you're on PragerU. That counts as a lie.
18% of Americans report that they are struggling with anxiety, 7% with depression, and 4% with suicidal thoughts or actions.
Damn. 4% of Americans suffering with suicidal thoughts. Maybe having a little bit of self-love and compassion. Doesn't this kind of destroy your point? How is she going to... I'm so curious to learn how she's going to flash all of these big statistics about how bad the mental health is in our country and then say, this is why you shouldn't have self-love.
Maybe this is because, as people, we should always be trying to better ourselves instead of accepting our unfulfilled potential. When we tell an 18-year-old that they are perfect just the way they are, we stunt decades of growth, improvement.
This is the straw man. This is another thing I've noticed with conservatives. They literally, it is so hard for them to just address the actual argument. I don't think they can do it. They always straw man and then attack that. No one is saying that you think if people are saying self-worth and having like self-love is good, would you really tell a slobbering, unemployed 18-year-old who's gained weight and is fat on the couch, sitting there going, that they never do anything, just say, you're perfect just the way you are. You should never strive to get a job or do anything else. Do you really think that's what self-love means? I mean, come on. Mick Lovin, thanks for the $5 donation. You make a great point. Toxic positivity doesn't equal self-love. I'm going insane. Exactly. No one's saying that everything you do is perfect at all times. That's what self-love means. But obviously that's not what it means. The concept of self-love is a psychological thing about having compassion and empathy for yourself, which we've already established by reading a quick article from a medical news site, that it helps with anxiety and depression. So, Isabel Brown, what the fuck are you talking about?
Decades of growth, improvement, and self-realization, robbing our world of its next great generation. No matter your stage of life, you should always be seeking to improve yourself, not settling today in the...
Yeah, but this is like my argument, right? If you love yourself, you'll work to improve yourself. It kind of goes both ways, right? The more you improve yourself, that might help, but it's hard to get started with that improvement if you don't first have some self-love and some self-compassion. This is a pretty obvious fucking concept, right? Like, if you're gonna go apply for a job, do you think it's a good or a bad idea to start off, before you go into the job interview, to start talking to yourself and going, man, I'm gonna fuck up. Man, this is gonna be shit. Or are you supposed to go, I can do this. I think I'm prepared. I want to have some confidence. I want to believe in myself. I want to have some compassion and some self-love here. Like, what do you really think makes more sense? I saw a comment on this video too. Dislike that. Wait, why do they always move it? They were like, hold on. Why is nothing ever the same when I'm on stream? What the fuck? It's just proof we're in a simulation, man. They were like, love is equal to pride, and pride always comes before the fall. It's like, yes, you should instead be wallowing in endless depression. Like, a lot of the times in order to get started with the motivation, self-love is kind of a catalyst for that. Or at least confidence and having compassion and being forgiving to yourself.
In the name of self-love. 2, you should blame everything on other people.
Again, straw man. Can we get one real argument? Blame everything on others. This is the problem, dude, with the modern left. You go downstairs, you spill your cereal, bam! Racism did that. You didn't do that. Racism did it. Come on.
Modern culture has labeled the successful and the powerful as the enemy of the people. Newsflash,
No.
rich people are not the problem.
Okay, PragerU, funded by oil billionaires. Got it. Okay.
Most of them didn't start
Also, yeah, hold on.
out that way.
She's right that there's like a lot of the economic growth, or a lot of the wealthy people in America didn't start off wealthy, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they're like a select few uber wealthy individuals that control like a huge amount of the wealth. Like, that's really the argument here, not that like they're evil. And I mean, sometimes the very wealthy can be at odds with the general interests of the people, right? Like, I don't know. It's just this idea. Again, it's a complete straw man. She's reducing it. She doesn't want to know any nuance. There's no goal for nuance here. It's PragerU. This is so that naive, dumb fuck conservatives can sit down and circle jerk and jerk themselves raw while they listen to their same dumb fuck ideas spieled back at them from the mouth of a blonde bimbo funded by oil billionaires.
Them didn't start out that way. They had a vision and determination to make it a reality. In America, only you are responsible for your destiny. Your life is largely your fault.
This is such bull because this is like a cop-out. This is where you ignore the fact that that is not a reality for so many people in America. And rather than acknowledging that, hey, maybe there's some problems here. Maybe there's an issue that black people are disproportionately in poverty. Why is it? Okay, wait, okay, hold on. Let me ask you this, Isabel. If anyone can succeed and your failures are all your fault, then why are black people disproportionately living in poverty? You have two answers. One, either there's some kind of a socioeconomic or systemic issue here that needs to be addressed, or two, black people are stupid and lazy and just don't do it for some reason. Those are your only two options here. This delusional idea that anybody could succeed in America, guys, is literally being spouted to us from some woman who's funded by oil billionaires. So, no, this concept that like anyone can succeed, I want that to be a reality. But the sad truth is it's not a reality for so many Americans. The middle class is shrinking. We have people who are super rich and people who are sinking lower and lower, closer and closer to that poverty line. The middle class has been consistently shrinking. This concept that just anybody can succeed, and if you're not succeeding, it's your own fault. It's a cop-out. It's so that you can ignore the problems in America that still exist, and so that instead of literally, this is, you know what's so funny? Hold up. Whoa. Mind blast. This is like major meta hypocrisy here, because her complaint is that you should just blame your problems on everyone else. But in the same breath, she is blaming individuals for largely systemic problems, like black people being disproportionately in poverty, right? Rather than addressing the faults of America. So in a way, she's kind of blaming America's problems on others, on everyone else. So that way, her and PragerU, they don't need to worry about acknowledging that maybe there's a problem here. Maybe there's an issue. Maybe there are some inequalities in America here, and maybe we should try to fix that so that America actually works as a country for everyone. Nah, let's ignore that. We'll take the cash from our oil billionaires who managed to succeed and are still largely just like controlling stuff and lobbying, shit behind the scenes. And like, I kind of lost my train of thought here because I start to ramble when I get really like passionate.
Fault, for better or for...
But yeah, it's kind of just funny because she's blaming the individuals, and that's the cop-out. It's so that you don't have to acknowledge the problems, and instead you can be like, well, you should have just worked harder. Well, you should have gone and got a job. Well, you should have done... Like, it's so that they don't have to acknowledge the problems.
For worse. And blaming the results of your choices on other people will not solve your problems or make you happy.
Right, kind of like blaming the choice that America made at one point to have a policy called redlining, which literally said that black people were not able to purchase homes in certain areas. The federal government literally incentivized builders to build communities as long as they didn't sell those homes to black people. That sounds like a decision that the American government made. Hold on. Let's go back and hear what she said word for word.
Other people will not solve your problems or make you happy.
So maybe blaming those issues or ignoring the fact, or no, that's right, yeah. Maybe blaming the reality that redlining policies, although done away with, have still affected black people and pushed them in an area where they're stuck in this area with concentrated poverty. Maybe we should address that instead of blaming that on others, blaming it on the people in poverty because they just didn't work hard enough in America.
If you take responsibility for your shortcomings, you can also take responsibility for your successes. 3.
This could be an argument to fucking America with systemic racism. It's so funny because I know that's what they're trying to get at. And it's true because she's about to follow it now with saying like racism is barely real or something.
3. Your identity is holding you back. Racism, sexism, bigotry? Nope. Your identity is not holding you back. In America...
So what about the countless studies that have shown like bias towards black people in our criminal justice system? From policing to the death penalty to sentencing. Really? This is just blatantly false. There have been countless studies that have shown the amount of racial bias that exists in our criminal justice system.
You are only limited by your imagination.
There was also that other study too that showed that people with black sounding names were less likely to get callbacks for resumes, even if they had the exact same qualifications as someone with a white sounding name. Does that mean that everyone's a secret evil racist? No, but it means that implicit bias could be a thing that could be negatively affecting black people, and we should probably address it, right? And it sounds like that's an identity that sometimes holds people back. It's unfortunate, but I want to address the problem, and you want to just pretend it doesn't exist.
And drive to succeed, not by the color of your skin, your gender, or who you date.
And here's the other thing. I think it's really important to acknowledge that like systemic racism exists, right? But that doesn't mean that you should then roll over and say, oh, well, I'm a victim of the system, so I'm just going to do nothing and roll over and die, essentially. You should still work your absolute hardest and do your best to get ahead. There's still a place for individual initiative. This reductionist point of view that it's either or is just not true. The truth of the matter is we should be addressing systemic issues so that we can you don't make policy, for example, based on, well, individuals should just work harder. You make policies on systemic issues and to fix systemic issues. Hunter, systemic racism doesn't exist. I don't think your brain exists. And just like that, I lose my train of thought because I see a dumb fuck in chat. Yintech, thanks for the $1.99. PragerU, have self-love unless you're a liberal. So yeah, taking individual initiative within a broken system is still extremely important. And there are still opportunities that, like, there's still ways that you can get ahead. What it really is that it's unequal right now between black people and white people. And there are reasons there, and there are reasons for that.
Who you date. Systemic oppression is not limiting anyone's successes,
here we go.
but the narrative is. You have the power to defeat this narrative. Despite
This is why I love this argument. And you know what? I saw someone say it earlier. Say that, what do I think of Vosh or whatever? I like Vosh, and I recognize that this is an argument I've heard him make as well. But it's so fucking true. Tell me, please, how has slavery, then Jim Crow, and then multiple other policies discriminating black people, forcing them in poverty, and so on, all of that systemic oppression, as she said, that's not holding anyone back. Slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, whatever. History doesn't have consequences in this aspect. So all of that, that's not holding black people back. But liberals saying that black people face inequalities, well, that's just enough to just push all black people into a perpetual state of never wanting to go get a job and take advantage of how great America is. Like, what are you saying? The logic of these fucking points, it just doesn't follow through.
this narrative, despite what modern culture tells you. Progressive culture is full of lies that threaten to regress your life.
Okay, so now we have a third lie easily, the systemic racism one.
You have the power to create your own destiny. Now, go show them how it's done. I'm Isabel Brown.
Fuck you, Isabel Brown. You're a very dumb person. So there you guys go. This is honestly a very appropriate video title. 3 lies. PragerU. Thanks for giving us 3 lies. Very cool. Very based. Wow, that was my stomach. I know I've really been enjoying clowning on conservatives, but there's one other conservative thing I really want to go over. Hunter, you're embarrassing yourself. Well, okay. Thanks for watching me embarrass myself, I guess.
Dude.
Speaking of embarrassing yourself, who here is familiar with Alex Clark? She's one of those, like, I don't even know how to categorize her because she's just so patently stupid. But anyway, she does this show with Turning Point USA called Poplitics. And what's especially funny, I want to point it out, in the intro, right? It's, hold on, wait, what is the thing? Yeah, but what is it before? Her intro, pop culture without the propaganda. Yet it's her telling, like, conservative, mostly giving, like, conservative shit. This video itself doesn't have any misinformation in it, just to be clear. This video is mostly cringe, but other videos, like all of these videos, they're Turning Point USA. They have a huge, pro-conservative slant. And what's funny is TPUSA, they're also funded by oil billionaires. And a lot of this content has a political slant and an agenda. So the funding and an agenda, that arguably makes it like the textbook definition of propaganda. An agenda and funding. So I don't know. I just think there's a little bit of irony there that, like, her slogan is like, no propaganda here, while she's literally chugging out propaganda funded by oil billionaires. But this video, again, just to clarify, this video itself is not propaganda. This video is just cringe. It's called The 4 Types of Conservative Guys. Chappie, thanks for the $10. Here you go. Keep doing great commentary. You're my favorite soy Chad boy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for the $10 donations. Once again, proving I can't speak. $10 donation. I will say this. I did also receive $2 on PayPal from, let me get the name up here. Hold on, I want to read this donation because this was a while ago now. Gabrielle Klejnik, thank you for the $2. Hey Hunter, broke college kid here. It's awesome to see that I'm not the only one who distanced themselves from the conservative mindset. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much, Gabrielle. Glad to see that you have also began thinking freely. That's wonderful. And thank you so much for the donation. I was going to say, the next person that donates like $10 in PayPal, your money will be going to like buying me McDonald's. So if anybody buys me McDonald's, then I don't know, like, what will I say? What can I do? I'll just say thank you. And I will pledge my life to you. My undying allegiance. Just kidding. All right. Let's go ahead and... Did someone say she needs some... All right. We're not going to do body shaming right now. All right. Let's actually just jump into the video.
Dude, conservatives, you better brace yourselves because this one's for you and I've got the receipts. I'm calling out the 4 different types of conservative guys that we find on dating apps. I'm Alex Clark and this is Poplitics.
Okay. So dude conservatives, I guess that's the term for like cucky conservatives. Would I be a dude conservative? No, I would be a dude conservative to like someone on like the way left. But to people in like the Turning Point USA sphere, I'm like a Marxist, Leninist, socialist, like as radical as you get. Gills Nova Guy, thank you for the 2. I'm back from the gym. Why aren't you on Twitch? You know, I went live. I don't know why. I must have not clicked like the Twitch thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it to see. But thank you very much for the donation, and I hope that you had a good time at the gym.
Guy number 1. The clueless conservative.
A little clueless about how the world works.
Says he's conservative when you initially
just so we
match.
can point out, it's like this Snapchat style. That's their thing. They're trying to like compete with the Snapchat thing. So yeah, that's why to just add to the cringe. Not only is it just like this cringy commentary that sounds really poorly like scripted and badly worded, it's delivered really badly, but it's also in 16:9.
Yeah, of course.
It's also in portrait mode.
Way, but has literally never voted and doesn't know anything about anything. He's not engaged with anything that's going on, and his Fox News app has dust on it. If he even has a Fox News app.
Here's the thing. I want to believe that she's kind of clowning on conservatives here, but then I remember it's Turning Point USA and all of her other videos are like hyper conservative slant. So I almost feel like she's like trying to make this like this quirky, relatable thing for conservatives that just comes off as super, super fucking cringy. Girls, how many times have you been going out with a boy and you're like just sitting, a Cracker Barrel, you're chatting it up, you're talking about the economy, and you wonder, I don't think this guy even has the Fox News app. Bro, she's probably an Android user. I'm an Android user. Watch what you say, punk.
If he even has a Fox News app. He's a passive conservative at best, and we don't need any more fake friends.
Yeah, no thanks.
He does want less government, but mainly just so he can hit his fruit-flavored vape freely. Chances are 7 years after you go out, he ends up getting red-pilled by someone like Alex Jones.
I don't claim I'm the most tough guy around, but
This is such cringe. Like, this is at Samantha Bee levels. This is like what conservatives watch when you just want to lock yourself in the fucking echo chamber. When you're like, oh, yeah, what are the 4 types of conservative guys that you date and bump into? It's like this concept would almost be funny if it was like sort of trying to clown on conservatives. But it's like trying to make it relatable for conservatives, which is where the cringe comes in.
By someone like Alex Jones.
I don't claim I'm the most tough guy around, but compared to you,
okay, well,
compared to you, I'm Godzilla on steroids.
Alex Jones, dude, he's a funny guy. He's a complete dumbass, don't get me wrong, but he's funny too. Deandra B, thank you for the $10 donation. It will go to a very good cause. Diametry Panama, thank you for the $10. Much respect for not hiding your opinions and your political stance. I've watched and kind of grown with you since 2016. Thank you so much, man, for the donation, and I'm really glad that you are still enjoying the content. Carissa Fulner, thank you for the $10. Go buy a Big Mac and bring me some nuggies. Will do. I will absolutely do that. And By Cunning, thank you for the $5 for your McDonald's and your undying allegiance. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to start pledging allegiance again to the people that bought me the Big Mac. Yintech, thanks for the $1.99. She's more cringe than Joe Biden's Fortnite map.
Guy number 2, the country conservative.
Your cowboy boyfriend. Your
So just conservatives in general, right?
boy cow.
He has a deer, fish, or a beer in every single picture. And he definitely owns at least one pair of these sunglasses. He says he loves his mama.
This is like every conservative, though. This is just every picture you see on Facebook of people like, we don't need any more damn immigrants in here. Just kidding. I know there are plenty of other conservatives that don't look quite like this.
He says he loves his mama in his bio, and odds are, he probably doesn't own a bath mat.
What kind of man are you?
There's nothing wrong with a little country boy if that's your flavor, but be advised, he'll try to wear jeans and boots to everything, even formal events. And he'll call any type of music that isn't...
Girls, how many times are you trying to just bring your conservative boyfriend? And he just wants to wear jeans and boots again to the fucking ball.
Type of music that isn't country, robot music.
This is a really big truck, and these are really big guns.
This is like uncomfortable to watch. They're like trying to go for the fucking quirky and relatable shtick.
Then you have guy number 3, the bait and switch conservative.
Bait and switch, smash and grab, tickle and take.
He insists he's conservative to bait you to go out with him, and then you get on the date and you...
Sorry, I was gonna make a cruel joke. Wait, no, I still am going to make a cruel joke. What conservative is... Wait, what guy is lying about being conservative to get any girl to go out with him? That, like, hardly ever happens, I bet. Isn't it most of the time? Isn't it the other way around most of the time? I'm kind of kidding around, but still.
And then you get on the date and you realize, he's actually not. He tries to debate everything you say. He claims to be conservative, but that he just doesn't like Trump. And then he tells you that he thinks Bernie seems like a nice guy with good ideas.
I don't know, man. This bait and switch conservative sounds pretty fucking based so far.
Don't Bernie me.
He'll wonder why...
Hey, yo, whoa, don't drag the Incredibles in this. Come on.
He'll wonder why you, as a woman, aren't a feminist and mansplain to you about universal health care and free education.
Again, why are you why do you, keep making it sound like this is a bad thing? Being a feminist is, depends what that means. Pop feminists are pretty prominent in our media, our culture, and they are very fucking cringy, don't get me wrong. But then she's like, he wants you to be a feminist, and then he literally thinks that people shouldn't have to pay money so that they don't die. What a fucking retard, am I right? Am I right, ladies? Sometimes you just want to go... Sometimes you just want to go to brunch with your conservative man and you want to just chuckle at poor people who can't afford cancer treatment. Sometimes that's part of the conservative experience, man. And then, yeah, the mansplaining thing. Cringe as well.
Universal health care and free education. Baby boy.
Oh, yeah, and then universal health care. Good. Free education. Again, I mean, don't we already have that with public schools? Okay.
Boy, you're a lib.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Last but not least, guy number 4, the real deal.
Oh, mercy.
The real deal. All right, yo, conservative men in here, listen up. We're about to learn who the real deal is.
He believes in less government, more freedom, prays for you.
Hold on, wait. Before we get into the... Whew, I can tell we're going cringeworthy. I want to try to respond to these. He's one smaller... limited government or small government? Hold on, wait.
More freedom.
See, he's the real deal.
He believes in less government, more freedom, prays for you, believes in...
Less government, more freedom. I mean, I believe in more freedom, and I think that there are certain parts of the government that we need less of, like the military.
Prays for you, believes in protecting innocent babies in the womb, opens your car door, encourages you to go to church, washes his face, carries a gun, and he actually votes.
This is like so... It's all about aesthetics to these fuckers. Oh my god, girls. All right, allow me to just swoon for a minute, but do you ever just stop and think about how nice it would be to have a man that opens the car door for you, he goes to church, he prays for you, and girl, he speaks in tongues, he has the power of healing touch, he's a non-denomination Christian, he loves his mama, he carries a gun, the ultimate Sigma male. It's just so cringy. It's obviously trying to, like, appeal to the conservative echo chamber. And yeah, why is she so aggressive?
And he actually votes.
No way.
Oh, wait.
I vote. That does, like, when is that how is that even a conservative thing? If anything, it would be much more telling sign that he was a conservative if he voted, but he didn't want other people to vote.
Hey, those guys are never on dating apps.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Which number have you encountered the most? I know I'm not the only one. And dude, conservatives, don't try to hide it. Which one are you? You can now listen to Poplitics. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, so if you want to listen to this chick go on some, like, Adderall-riddled rant about conservative guys on dating apps that she apparently bumps into a lot. Whew, I'm gonna dislike that one. That was a cringe one. Wow, damn, we got a lot of fucking super chats in here, so let's go ahead and get to that. It looks like a lot of people heard my plea about the McDonald's, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Her voice is so annoying. It really is annoying, isn't it? Guys, I am going to stick around here for another 10 minutes and order some McDonald's for myself from your generous donations. And wow, wait. Somebody actually did send me $10 to PayPal. From Keith. Keith says, enjoy the McDonald's. Keith, you're the best, man. Can we just talk about right now how much I fucking love Keith? Keith, don't worry, Carissa. I love you more than Keith. Also, Carissa, put in the chat what you want for McDonald's because Keith is taking us out. Woo! Sorry, that was loud. Woo! That's better. Jill's Nova Guy, thank you so much for the 20. What are your thoughts on Chris Ray Gun? Chris Ray Gun, he's pretty cool. Some black guy, I've met him multiple times. Really nice guy. I'm not too familiar with his content now, though. And Shuon Head is cool. I like a lot of her, like, overall political takes, but I don't always like that she, like, hides behind the memes on Twitter. Sometimes that gets annoying. They criticize the woke left and the conservative right. Hell, Chris Ray Gun defended you on Twitter when you were being attacked by the quartering. Yeah, Chris Ray Gun's really cool. I actually want to talk to him at some point. I want to have him on the show at some point. Carissa says, I'm good. Well, all right. You're lost. But thanks to Keith just got me a Big Mac and a milkshake so I can get fat. Yes. Sour Apple, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Thanks for getting me into politics. You're very welcome. Yeah, I'm going to kind of stick around here, guys, and just talk to chat for a little while longer. But yeah, you are very welcome. I'm glad that you are still enjoying the content and that you're still sticking around watching. Keith. Can we just talk about how cool Keith is over here? Keith is just one base mother fluffer. Still got to add $2 more to get the Dash Pass. Keith. I'm just going to keep on. Oh, Keith. You're so cool, man. Thanks for the McDonald's, Keith. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And I got something for my waifu also. Even though she said not to. Well, I got something for me that we can both share. Keith. Keith is the best. But anywho. Xander Hall's all right. Yeah, Xander Hall's cool. I've been on his, I went on his channel, was it twice or once? He's cool. Cool guy. Gun control, yes, no. What, to what extent? We already have gun control right now. You still pro-gun? I mean, I'm pro-Second Amendment, yeah, but I think that there obviously needs to be, like, some kind of level, like a level of, like, there's obviously there's a line there. And we kind of already agree on that. Like, we don't all run around like Fortnite characters with grenade launchers, right? Hunter's hungry because he refused to eat his veggies at dinner. I do admit I didn't eat my veggies at dinner. Yeah, that's true. Carissa made some really good veggies and quinoa, and I didn't really eat that much of them, so I acknowledge it. But then, Keith, I've pledged my allegiance to Keith. Oh, Keith, may I compare thee to a summer's day? Yes. This stream is now a Keith circle jerk. Okay. Katz Vasma... Wow, that's hard to say your last name. Katsy, thank you for the 2 bread pill win. Not so fast, people. Not so fast. Don't get too excited, okay? Centrist Hunter over here. Good stream, bro. Hoping to see you at a less chaotic modern-day debate. Couscous, not quinoa. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was couscous. I always get them mixed up. But quinoa I hate. Couscous is okay. What did you get? I got a Big Mac. And then I got Carissa some fries and a milkshake for us to share. Keith. Oh, Keith. Oh, Keith. We're going to go ahead and change the name now to Keith is awesome. Thanks, Keith. You are now the title of the stream. And I'm going to stick around on stream until the fucking food gets here. Oh, Keith. May I compare thee to a summer's evening? Thank you, Keith. And now you are in the title of the stream. Oh, Keith. We love Keith. Over here, Keith. Keith is love. Keith is life. Keith is our God. Keith is the provider of the burger. Wait, who's Keith? Keith is the guy that sent me $10 on PayPal so I can get McDonald's. So now the remainder of the stream is dedicated to Keith. Hold on, guys. I gotta pause for just a split second here because I gotta open my window. It's way too fucking hot in here. Okay, I'm back. All right, you know what? I admit, I can't lie from you guys anymore. I was jerking it to Keith. I'm sorry. It was just, I just love Keith so much. And Gills Nova Guy just super chatted 10. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on people who say that bullying builds character? I think it's complete bogus. It does the complete opposite and creates more suicides. Yeah, that's disgusting. I agree with you. I don't think that bullying builds character. I think that there is absolutely something to be said about like knowing how to defend yourself, but I think that there are ways that people can learn that without needing to experience being bullied or ostracized or whatever. So yeah, I would agree with that. Thank you very much for the very generous donation, by the way. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be sticking around here until my McDonald's gets here, so we're going to be just hanging out. You know, if you want to, I'll be looking at regular chat, so, you know, you guys can, I'll be looking at regular chat, but if you also want to have your message like a guaranteed read, you know, you can still put it in the super chat if you want as well. Keith 2024. I would vote for Keith right now. Keith literally has my vote. All right, I'm embracing the full-blown like civility, politics, everything, man. Just give me fucking Keith. Ask a Q. Ask a question. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We're not just on the Keith stuff. Brooke English, thank you so much for the $5. Hi, Hunter. I just wanted to say thank you for the political journey you took me on and helping me to come out as trans. You, sir, stay awesome. Brooke, wow. I don't think you understand how much that message means. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you are enjoying the content. Thanks so much. I'm really glad that, you know, I'm glad I was able to take you on that political journey. And congratulations on coming out. I know that must have been really, really challenging. So, I mean, it's really incredible. Favorite music genre? You know what? I really like rap. Hard rap. That's my favorite. I just like rap so much. Yeah. Hunter, have you ever hunted? Nope. Never. I went fishing before. Hunter, when are you going to drop your anime? I already did that with Hunter Rex Hunter. That's as good as it's going to get. Hunter, what is your current political view? I'm kind of like a centrist a little bit, I guess, center left maybe. You can check out my, center left. You can check out my political compass video. Favorite rapper, favorite song. One of my favorite rappers is definitely Gmo Ski. Actually, he would probably appreciate the shout out. Hold on. I love you, Keith. This is explicit, but I mean, if you're watching my stream, you probably don't give a fuck. I'll show you the kind of shit I like. This is a new song by Gmo Ski that just dropped that I thought was really fucking good.
Who sent me this shit? Who sent me this shit? You know what I'ma do. Look. When I read a rap, I'm bringing back the dead from underneath the grass. Leave a gash, wait for it to heal, then I eat the scab. Easy trapped in a sleeping bag, bitches being dragged. Looking for a tree to slam her against when I swing her ass. All these rich rap.
So yeah, I mean, this is a good song I would recommend. This is Gmo Ski. I would check this one out. Filth Element just came out. I think it was a week or two ago now. 2 weeks ago. But I fucking love like that kind of rap. Sub Hunter, nice hairstyle. Thanks. I'm glad that you like my hair. Listen to Lil Mama. Oh, God. I don't listen to anything mainstream. I hate that shit. Have you ever heard Smoke Hole? by Sad Night Dynamite. Check out Lil Mama. No, I'm not listening to Lil Mama, whatever the fuck that is. Could you fall upstairs like Joe Biden? Dude, that's what I should do. Copy Crowder's thing, except be like, is it really that hard to fall upstairs? Are you going to interview Amazing Lucas again? Maybe. Yeah, maybe at some point. Hunter Rex Hunter. Oh, Filth Element is why the Fifth Element stuff got it. Yeah. Also, Gmoski has like a lot of different references to like Zelda and old like video games and stuff. He's a really good rapper. That's why I like him the most. That's why he's my favorite rapper. This stream is so good, my balls are going crazy. Well, I'm glad. And tell your balls I said hi. Listen to Tom McDonald. No. Actually, you know what? Let me show you this part. Because Gmo dissed Tom McDonald. Because Gmo recognizes that Tom McDonald is shit.
Killing it on the same track. Hey, my rhymes is dope, so every song I sing's Gmo. And I don't ever listen. None of you lames at. They call me the Grim Reap. My hands make shit sleep. So why would Blind Fury ever let me touch this beat? You niggas been weak. Here's some advice for MCs. Find the guy from Death Row's logo and switch seats. So much hot shit coming from my crazy brain. I should hit the
Tom McDonald. Don't copyright me, please.
80s fade, taking aim at Tom McDonald because he faking things. New school Tupac, nah, bitch, you a racist lame. This nigga Wackavelli, I'll do him so dirty. Who your favorite rapper? I'm gon' turning to Gold Curry. Y'all don't want beef, you niggas probably eat Tofurkey. Don't worry, I got something for you that whole dirty. Boy, I was the sickest nigga before Corona. Groupie bitches letting me motorboat them in Nova Scotia. I spit fentanyl. This.
So yeah, pretty dope shit. I know where the real rap's at, and believe me, it's nothing mainstream. We also got another donation, our final donation for the night, it looks like, from Jill's Nova Guy. Once again, thank you so much, man, for your generosity. Next time, we're going to have to make the stream dedicated to you. We'll have to have a circle jerk for this guy. We'll just start doing circle jerk streams. Maybe that's what we'll do. The biggest donor, or like whatever, just gets the last little block of the stream just dedicated to them. Keith, I love you. I have elected you my president. Jill's Nova Guy, thanks for the 5. By the way, I'm a cis male who's open to date trans women. Any advice? Also, I see you can rap but can sing or play an instrument. I played piano a little bit when I was little, usually against my will, but no. Also, I cannot rap except for parody. Do I have any advice for you dating trans women? No. Because I'm a cis male who's married to a cis woman, so I don't think I could give you much advice, man. But just, don't let people shit on you for that. Like, that's who you like is who you like. Well, guys, my McDonald's is here. So thank you, Keith. Every bite I take will be eaten in memory of Keith. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today.